After disastrous release of their latest DLC, Elite Dangerous developer will finally make the game free to play. Then, with lacking funding for Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, the game will now start selling NFTs. And lastly, with 6 years and successful recovery, No Man's Sky will finally release its first paid DLC. Starting alphabetically with Elite Dangerous, the space sim game that came out in 2014 and a year later released a paid DLC called Horizons, which expanded the game and generally was mixed in reviews, but mainly was positive. Then about a year ago today, they finally released the second paid DLC, which the developer brandished as the quote-unquote new era and quote-unquote largest ever, and called it Odyssey. It bombed harder than Russian tanks, and with very poor reception due to shocking release state, both in content and performance, also impacted the main game itself. Now, with dwindling community and bad critical reception, the developer Frontier Developments has decided for a Hail Mary move to save the product by releasing it for free and bank on microtransaction purchases like cosmetical skins, which upon release of Odyssey they pumped out at mass. Whether this move will garner back the positive look is still to be seen. The base game is already on sale quite often for a low price, so this makes no surprise that in recent financial reports Frontier has hinted at their decision for this move. Ultimately, this sounds like a positive move for everyone. Next up, No Man's Sky. After disastrous launch in 2016, the game was written off by everyone as an overhyped bullshit of a product that released in abysmally lacking state. Over the course of the next 3 years, developer Hello Games had hunkered down and worked hard to release update after update, releasing features they promised back in 2016. Going forward, even releasing features and mechanics that eventually turned around the public reception, making the game into possibly the greatest comeback in the industry. Now with very positive reception and nearly 6 years under its belt, the developer seems to prepare for its first paid DLC release. After skimming information data mined from the game itself, some savvy users had noticed interesting markings on some of the game assets. References indicate a potential DLC release, which is the most plausible conclusion. However, it's not discounted that found references are from a promotional material for Hello Games' next game release. And we finish today's little news report with crowd-funded project called Star Citizen, which in fact is for 2 games, a single-player campaign Squadron 42 and a multiplayer open-world Star Citizen. Announced in 2012 GDC, Star Citizen was supposed to be the most fidelitous and immersive spaceship-based game, and in 2014 first quote-unquote playable versions released. With 2015's more playable open world release, the project had continued to amass mass funding by selling packages that many customers considered as quote-unquote selling in-game spaceships. To this day, the project has, in total, acquired the largest ever funding for a video game, beating out such titles as GTA 5 with approximate $265 million total, and many others. Today, reaching nearly $500 million, the developer Cloud Imperium Games had made a living off selling spaceship packages, mainly containing just these spaceships, some of which were only in concept phase, which many users rightfully coined as quote-unquote selling JPEGs. Now in 2022, with COVID restrictions taking its toll on many companies, seems CIG has hinted at the next phase in fundraising to finish the development of these 2 games they're building. Like many successful and savvy companies, Cloud Imperium is gearing to start minting and later on auctioning off their spaceship designs as non-fungible tokens or NFTs. Similar to Ubisoft, Cloud Imperium wishes not to only raise funds for their projects but also offer its customers a sort of a quote-unquote pride and accomplishment by purchasing a part of the game for real. The sales of these spaceship NFTs will start with already released ships in current playable alpha, and later they promise to deliver NFTs for in-development ships and vehicles. Some critics are already calling this selling a JPEG of a JPEG. With this move, Star Citizen hopes to give players a chance to sell off their assets also once they're done with the game, when it comes out, and boost the ever-growing decentralized market. At the moment, you can learn more about these NFTs and other news pieces presented today in the link down below. But that's about it for today, so don't forget to subscribe and share the video.